Yes, I have seen Dead Set. Who wants to touch me? So unexpectedly won tickets to the Bristol premiere of Dead Set. We watched the whole thing, start to finish, with no episode breaks. We watched it as a movie. Went with my sister. We were resplendent in our zombie costumes for the second competition. Take a photo of yourself dressed as a zombie at the cinema and you could win some hay or something. No one else was dressed as a zombie. Just the two of us. Covered in fake blood and white foundation. And some old pyjama bottoms with the crotch ripped right open. I had some other trousers on underneath, I'm not daft. Anyway, enough about us. It's about us. You know, you're probably not even watching this far and caught a glimpse of my ugly face. What about the programme? Well, yeah, it's good, it's very good, it's very good. I can honestly say you won't be disappointed, not if you're a zombie fan, and not if you're a Brooker fan. A couple of sticking points. The direction annoyed me because, well, it's shaky cam, basically. I have actually quite a high threshold for shaky cam, and it's actually quite appropriate for horror, particularly zombie horror. But it was too shaky and too constant. I mean, handheld cameras, the whole thing, handheld cameras. Again, no problem with that, but handheld cameras that can't keep still make it difficult to watch the film. Particularly when it's doing this all the time. And you know, it's not just moving around like this when it's meant to be the perspective of a running zombie, and the zombies do run. But even when Jamie Winston walks into a room, we get all of this business going on. And it's difficult to know what's going on with the camera doing all of this business. It's genuinely difficult to know what's happening. I didn't know where anybody was in relation to any of the other things they kept cutting to, because that's the other thing about it, hyperkinetic editing. So I didn't know where anybody was in relation to anything else. Of course, I'm mildly distracted, so I was at a disadvantage in the first place, but still, you get the idea. And I say this about having seen Cloverfield, but I've heard about it, and I've got a feeling that that Dead Set makes Cloverfield look like it was directed by Ozu. So that's one problem, a shaky cam. Seriously, if you have a low shaky cam threshold, you're not going to enjoy this. Really above and beyond. The other thing is it's not lit very well. Could just have been the theatre I was watching it in, but it all seemed very sort of murky, sort of late evening ambience. I had to squint. I think they might have been going for washed out, but they didn't desaturate. The colours aren't desaturated, so what you get instead of washed out is just sort of low contrast. But apart from those relatively petty things, yes, it's very good indeed. The performances, and most of the actors are unknowns, or unknown to me anyway, which isn't saying an awful lot. The only actors I recognised were Jamie Winston and the actor Kevin Eldon. It's foul-mouthed, as you expected. The word fuck shows up an awful lot. To quote the man himself, it's like product placement for the fuck corporation. And the word cunt, which most programs tend to shy away from. This one doesn't. This one, the word cunt shows up probably more often than on any other non-HBO series you're likely to see, any other British television series you're likely to see this year. And I for one applaud it. I know a lot of women don't like the word cunt, but I don't think of it as vagina, I think of it as Jim Davidson. It's a different thing, you know. Like fuck, in the sense of fuck off, fuck you, doesn't mean sexual intercourse. It means fuck. In summary then, from this angle I look like a sort of toothsome beach shave room Brody stranded on a desert island. And Dead Set is very good and funny. A lot of people were wondering whether or not it was a comedy. It is, but it's a horror first. And the last episode isn't funny at all. It's a zombie story. You know how they end. In fact, the whole of the last episode for me was an object lesson in why, as a depressive, I don't usually watch zombie films. Not to give anything away, but... So, in summary, again, more zombies should have beards. Thank you. Good night, and good luck.